live in a world obsessed with overnight success. We see the winner on the podium but miss the thousand silent mornings of practice. We celebrate the harvest but ignore the daily watering. We want transformation now, dramatic and complete. But here's the truth nobody wants to hear. Real change is boring. It's unsexy. It's the same small action repeated when nobody's watching, when nothing seems to be happening, when quitting would be easier. This is a story about a boy who couldn't grow anything. Not because he lacked talent, but because he'd never learned the most powerful secret in the world. Tiny, repeated daily. Let me tell you about Ethan and his impossible garden. The Garden of Impossible Things. In the bustling city of Grandview, there was a community garden that everyone talked about. Mrs. Chen grew tomatoes the size of softballs. Mr. Rodriguez had sunflowers that touched the sky. And then there was Ethan. Ethan was 12 years old and had killed every plant he'd ever touched. Succulents that couldn't possibly die? Dead in a week. A cactus his aunt swore was indestructible? Brown and shriveled in 10 days. "I just don't have a green thumb," he told his grandfather, who tended a small plot in the community garden with effortless grace. "Green thumbs don't exist," his grandfather said, handing him a packet of seeds. "Only people who water their plants and people who don't." Ethan looked at the packet. Radish seeds. "These will just die too." "Probably," his grandfather agreed cheerfully. "Your first 100 plants always do. The question is, will you plant number 101? Ethan didn't want to embarrass himself at the community garden, so he started smaller. Much smaller. He filled a single plastic cup with soil, pushed one radish seed into the earth, and placed it on his bedroom windowsill. The next morning, he gave it 2 tablespoons of water. Not a flood, not a drought. Just 2 tablespoons, measured with an actual spoon. "You're being weird about a cup of dirt," his older sister Maya observed. But the next morning he did it again. 2 tablespoons, same time, before breakfast. On day 3, his best friend Jackson came over. "Still watering that thing? Nothing's even happening." Ethan shrugged. "Nothing's dying either. That's kind of new for me." On day 7, everything changed. There, pushing through the soil like a tiny green finger, was a sprout. His heart hammered. He'd grown something, actually grown something. He showed his grandfather, who smiled knowingly. He even showed Maya, who rolled her eyes but couldn't hide her slight impression. "Don't get too excited," she warned. "The hard part is keeping it alive." She was right. On day 9, the sprout looked droopy. Ethan panicked, nearly drowning it before remembering. 2 tablespoons. Just 2 tablespoons. The sprout perked up the next day. By week 3, Ethan had his first true radish leaves. "I think I'm ready for 2 plants," he told his grandfather. He started a second cup. Same system, same time. Then a third. By week 6, he had 12 cups on his windowsill. He'd created a routine so automatic he could water all 12 plants in under 3 minutes every morning. "This is taking over your entire window," Maya pointed out. "I know," Ethan said, grinning. "I need more space." That's when he finally took a plot at the community garden. Not a big one, just a small corner patch, barely 4 feet square. "What are you planting?" Mrs. Chen asked kindly. "Radishes, just radishes." "Oh," she looked disappointed. Radishes were the easiest crop, the beginner's vegetable. But Ethan had learned something from his 12 cups. He didn't need to grow everything. He just needed to grow something. Consistently. Every morning before school, he visited his plot. 5 minutes. He'd check the soil, water if needed, pull any weeds. 5 minutes, every single day. Meanwhile, Jackson had joined the garden too, claiming a huge plot, 3 times Ethan's size, and planted tomatoes, cucumbers, peppers, herbs, and squash. "Go big or go home," Jackson announced. For the first week, Jackson was there every day. By week 2, he came every other day. By week 3, his visits were sporadic. His plants showed it, some drowning, some dying, weeds taking over. "It's too much work," Jackson complained. "How do you keep up with yours?" "It's only 5 minutes," Ethan said. "Yeah, but every day? That's so boring." Ethan looked at his radish patch. The first row was already showing tiny red shoulders pushing up from the soil. "I don't know. I kind of like boring now." 8 weeks after planting his first cup, Ethan pulled his first garden radish from the earth. It was beautiful. Bright red, perfectly formed, grown by his own hands through nothing more than showing up every single day. His small patch yielded dozens of radishes. Mrs. Chen wanted to trade for tomatoes. So did Mr. Rodriguez and the Martinez twins. Even Maya asked, "Can you teach me?" But the strangest thing happened over the next few months. The discipline Ethan built in the garden bled into other parts of his life. He started practicing guitar for 10 minutes every day, something he'd quit 3 times before. Within 2 months, he could play 5 songs. He read for 15 minutes before bed. He did 10 push-ups every morning. Just 10. "What happened to you?" Jackson asked one day, watching Ethan's well-tended garden while his own plot sat abandoned. "Nothing happened," Ethan said, pulling a perfect carrot from the ground. "That's kind of the point. Nothing dramatic has to happen. You just have to show up." At the end of season celebration, the organizers asked Ethan to speak. He was the most improved gardener. He stood awkwardly, holding the packet of radish seeds his grandfather had given him months ago. "I used to kill every plant I touched. I thought I just wasn't a garden person, that some people had the talent and I didn't. But my grandfather told me green thumbs don't exist. There's just people who water their plants and people who don't. So I started with 1 seed, 1 cup, 2 tablespoons of water, every single morning. I didn't try to grow a whole garden. I just tried not to kill 1 plant for 1 day. Then I did it again the next day. You don't get good at gardening by having the perfect plan. You get good by watering plants. Every day, even when it's boring. Especially when it's boring. These radish seeds cost 99 cents, but they taught me that anything worth doing is worth doing small, because small, repeated every day, becomes big. Always. 1 year later, Ethan had expanded his plot twice and started a beginner's garden club for kids who thought they couldn't grow things. His first student was a 9-year-old girl named Zara who'd killed 3 houseplants. "I'm just not good at this," she said. Ethan smiled and handed her a cup and seeds. "Nobody is, not at first. But radishes grow in about 30 days, so you only have to not kill them for 1 month. 2 tablespoons of water every morning. That's all." Zara looked doubtful but took the cup and watered her first seed. Ethan remembered that feeling, the feeling that such a small action couldn't possibly matter. But it did. It always did. Because impossible things aren't grown in moments of inspiration. They're grown in mornings when you don't feel like it, afternoons when nothing seems to be happening, and evenings when you can't see the progress yet. They're grown 2 tablespoons at a time. Here's what they don't tell you about change. It's not waiting for the perfect moment. It's not about having endless motivation or iron willpower. It's about this moment, right now, today. Ethan didn't transform his life with a miracle. He did it with 2 tablespoons of water, every single day. When he didn't feel like it, when nothing was happening, when it seemed pointless. And that's your power too. You think you need to overhaul your entire life? Wrong. You need to do one thing. Something so small it feels almost embarrassing. So simple you can't fail. Then do it tomorrow, and the next day, and the day after that. Want to write a book? Write 1 sentence today. Want to get fit? Do 1 push-up right now. Want to learn guitar? Play 1 chord before bed tonight. Want to change your life? Plant 1 seed this morning. Stop waiting for inspiration to strike like lightning. Stop planning the perfect strategy. Stop telling yourself you'll start Monday, next month, next year. The person you want to become isn't built in a moment of motivation. They're built in 1,000 tiny moments of showing up. Your impossible thing isn't impossible. It's just unstarted. So here's your challenge. What's your 2 tablespoons of water? What's the smallest possible action you can take today, right now, toward the person you want to become? Do it. Not perfectly, just do it. Then wake up tomorrow and do it again. Because 1 year from now, you'll wish you had started today. Don't let future you down. Plant your seed. Water it daily. Watch yourself grow. The garden of impossible things is waiting, and it starts with you, right now, today.